One man ate 5,000 calories every single day for 21 days and barely gained any weight at all. Then he did the exact same experiment again with the exact same calories, and he gained 7 kilograms and nearly 10 centimeters around his waist. Same calories, completely different body. In the next few minutes, you are going to find out why almost everything you have been told about calories and weight loss is wrong. Why eating more can actually protect your body. Why eating less can make you fatter. And what the one number is that blows the entire calories in calories out model wide open. You cannot afford to miss this. The man at the center of this story is Sam Feltham, a fitness expert who decided to do something almost nobody had tried. He would eat 5,000 calories every single day, track every measurement, and see exactly what happened to his body. But here is the twist. He would do it twice, with completely different foods each time, and the results would shake the nutrition world. Before we get into what happened, you need to understand the model that everyone uses to think about weight. Calories in, calories out. The idea is brutally simple. Eat more than you burn and you gain weight. Eat less and you lose it. For decades, this has been treated as settled science. But there is one number buried inside this model that researchers have now quietly started to walk back. Experiment 1. Sam Feltham ate 5,000 calories every day for 21 days on a high-fat, low-carb diet. We are talking meat, fish, eggs, nuts, full-fat dairy. Real whole foods, just a lot of them. He kept his exercise exactly the same throughout. By the end of 21 days, he had gained just 1.3 kilograms. That is it. On 5,000 calories a day. Now let us do the maths. The standard calorie model would predict that eating 5,000 calories, when you only burn around 2,500, should add roughly 2,000 surplus calories a day. Over 21 days, that is 42,000 extra calories. At 3,500 calories per pound of fat, that should mean gaining about 12 pounds, or nearly 5.5 kilograms. Sam gained 1.3 kilograms. The model was off by a factor of 4. The model predicted 5.5 kilograms of gain. He gained 1.3. That gap, that missing weight, is one of the most inconvenient facts in modern nutrition. And here is what makes it even more interesting. There is a completely different eating pattern that researchers have now tested against calorie counting in 29 clinical trials.
Wait, the model was off by that much and nobody's talking about this?
Experiment 2. Sam Feltham ate the exact same 5,000 calories every single day for 21 days. Same exercise, same duration. But this time, he switched to a high-carb, low-fat diet. Cereal, bread, pasta, low-fat yogurt. The kind of food that fills most supermarket shelves and carries health claims on the packet. By day 21, he had gained 7.1 kilograms. 7.1 kilograms in 21 days. But the weight was only part of the story. His waist circumference increased by 9.25 centimeters. Nearly 10 centimeters added to his waist. Eating the foods that most diet advice actually tells you to eat. High carb, low fat, low calorie density. Those foods. Same total calories as experiment 1. 5 times the weight gain. Let that sink in. The high-fat diet produced 1.3 kilograms of gain. The high-carb diet produced 7.1 kilograms and nearly 10 centimeters on his waist. Identical calories, identical exercise. The only variable was the type of food. If calories were the only thing that mattered, those numbers should be identical.
So basically, the food type matters more than the calorie count? That's wild.
So what is going on inside the body to create such a massive difference? The answer involves hormones, metabolic rate, and what your body actually does with food versus simply storing it. We will break all of that down in a moment. But first, that number I mentioned earlier, the one buried inside the calorie model that researchers have started to challenge. It has been the foundation of diet advice for decades. If this is already blowing your mind, you are exactly the kind of person who belongs in the Curious Fox family. Hit subscribe and you will get videos like this every week. Facts that nobody else is covering, explained in a way that actually sticks. Now, back to that number. The number is 3,500. For decades, dietitians have told people that 1 pound of body fat equals 3,500 kilocalories. Cut 500 calories a day, lose 1 pound a week. That is the formula. It is on government websites. It is in textbooks. But researchers publishing in obesity reviews have now challenged this figure, calling it an oversimplification that does not hold up when tested across real human bodies over time. The problem is that your body is not a calculator. It is a living system that adapts. When you cut calories dramatically, your metabolism slows down to compensate. When you eat more of certain foods, your body actually increases how much energy it burns. The 3,500 calorie rule assumes a static machine, but you are nothing close to static. And this is exactly what Sam Feltham's body demonstrated in real time. On the high-fat, low-carb diet, his body appeared to ramp up its metabolic rate, burning off far more of the surplus energy as heat rather than storing it as fat. This is called adaptive thermogenesis. His body treated the extra calories as fuel. On the high-carb diet, it did the opposite. It stored them.
So his body was literally burning the extra calories as heat? I did not see that coming.
The hormone at the center of this is insulin. When you eat carbohydrates, especially refined ones like white bread, cereal, and pasta, your blood sugar spikes. Your pancreas releases insulin to deal with it. And insulin's primary job is to tell your cells to store energy. It is essentially a fat storage signal. On the high-fat, low-carb diet, insulin stays low. Without that constant storage signal, the body is free to use incoming energy as fuel. Fat and protein are digested more slowly, keeping you full for longer, and the hormonal environment shifts toward burning rather than hoarding. This is why Sam Feltham could eat almost double the typical daily intake and still barely change shape. Now let us talk about what happens at the other extreme, because this is where it gets dangerous. Conventional diet wisdom says cut calories to lose weight, and technically that is true, but cut them too far and your body starts fighting back. Very low-calorie diets of fewer than 1,000 calories per day can trigger significant muscle loss and cause your metabolism to slow down measurably. Think about what that means. You eat only 800 calories a day. Your body senses famine. It slows your metabolism to match your intake. You lose muscle, which was burning calories even at rest. So now you have a slower engine and less muscle to burn fuel. You stop losing weight. You feel awful.
So eating almost nothing can actually make your body store more fat? That's genuinely terrifying.
Here is where it gets really interesting. Researchers have been quietly testing completely different approaches to the calorie question. Not just what you eat or how much, but when you eat it. And the results from 29 clinical trials involving almost 2,500 real people have produced some genuinely unexpected findings. This is where the story takes a turn you did not see coming. Those 29 trials compared 3 approaches to weight loss: traditional calorie restriction, fewer meals per day, and intermittent fasting. The analysis published in the BMJ found that intermittent fasting produced broadly similar results to traditional calorie counting for weight loss. Not dramatically better, not worse, similar. But one specific version of fasting did stand out: a 4-3 fasting plan, where you eat normally 4 days and fast 3 days per week, consuming only 20% of your usual calories on those fasting days. Outperformed standard calorie restriction over a full year in one well-controlled study. Not by eating less overall necessarily, by timing when the body gets to rest from processing food. The pattern mattered as much as the total. And now for something that will genuinely surprise you. Researchers at the American Psychological Association ran a 12-week weight loss program and found that participants who ate the same meals repeatedly, boring, predictable, routine meals, lost significantly more weight than those who ate a varied diet. Eating the same boring food beat eating interesting food every single time. The numbers are striking. People who repeated the same meals lost an average of 5.9% of their body weight over 12 weeks. People who ate a varied diet lost just 4.3%. The difference is the hedonic response. Varied food is more rewarding, which drives you to eat more of it.
So basically, nobody's telling us to eat boring food to lose weight, but that's what actually works.
So let us pull all of this together. The calorie counting model is not entirely wrong. A significant calorie deficit does produce weight loss. Experts consistently recommend reducing daily intake by 500 to 1,000 calories to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week safely. But that number alone tells you almost nothing about what is actually happening inside your body. What Sam Feltham's experiment showed, what the insulin research shows, and what the clinical trials consistently demonstrate is this. The composition of your diet changes how your body handles every single calorie that enters it. Two people eating identical calorie totals can have dramatically different hormonal responses, different metabolic rates, and ultimately different bodies. The number is just the beginning. There is also strong clinical evidence backing this up beyond one self-experiment. A research analysis published by the National Institutes of Health found that restricting calories on a low-carbohydrate diet produced greater weight loss for the full duration of trials compared to a low-fat diet with the same calorie restriction. More weight loss, same deficit, just different foods. If you want more videos that cut through the noise on nutrition, fitness, and the science of your own body, subscribe to Curious Fox right now. Click the bell so you never miss one. Because what is coming up in the next 2 blocks is the number that will genuinely change how you think about every diet you have ever tried. Here it is. The number is 3,500. That is the calorie value that diet culture has used to represent 1 pound of fat for decades, the bedrock of every eatless plan ever recommended. Researchers publishing in obesity reviews have now shown it is an oversimplification. Real bodies adapting in real conditions do not follow that rule. Sam Feltham should have gained 12 pounds on 5,000 calories. He gained under 3. The implication is enormous. If the 3,500 calorie rule is wrong, then so is the advice built on top of it. Millions of people have counted calories, felt like failures when the maths did not work out, and blamed themselves for broken willpower. But the model itself was broken. What Sam Feltham proved with his own body is that the same 5,000 calories can make you barely change, or balloon 7. So what does this actually mean for you? 3 things. First, a calorie deficit still matters, but it is not the whole picture. Second, the source of your calories shapes your hormonal response and your metabolism in ways a number alone cannot capture. Third, eating low-fat processed foods may be the worst combination possible. High insulin response, low satiety, and the cultural seal of approval. 1 man, 5,000 calories. 2 experiments. A gap of 5.8 kilograms, explained not by how much he ate, but by what he ate. That is not a diet tip. That is a completely different model for understanding your own body. If this changed how you think about food, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And right now, click the next video on screen. We are not done surprising you.